Hi everyone, and I have a lot of questions to make up, so I'm gonna get going on those. Colleen, first of all, I hope you're feeling better, and I hope that things are just going better and start to look up soon, and I love you so much. I'm just so glad to see your face. And it doesn't matter if it's a 2-second video, I love seeing you, so it's okay that it was short, and thank you for making one. But don't feel pressure to make one if you can't. It's alright. Alright, and her question was, what is your all-time favorite movie that you can watch like a bajillion times and never get tired of it? First of all, I heard you say bajillion in my head when I read that. It made me laugh. Oh gosh. I have a lot of movies like that. Like The Sound of Music, and a lot of just different musicals, and like Princess Diaries is a good one for me. I love that movie. And I think like I love Julie Andrews, so what else? Like, well, like National Velvet and Black Beauty. And that comes to your second question. Do you get very emotional at things like movies? And oh my gosh, I really do. Not all the time, but most of the time I really do. Caroline, what's your favorite chewing gum? And your other question from this week was, what's your favorite childhood TV show? Someone said Stride, and I was like, oh yeah, I haven't had Stride in a while, but I really do like their gum, but I can't really chew gum right now. But just now I needed some gum to freshen my breath because I was going to see my friends off to prom, and so I just stuck a piece in my mouth and kind of like let it sit. But it was Trident. Favorite childhood TV show? Have to think about it. I know what you mean about like being at the barn. That's really a common place for me as well. I just, oh my gosh, I can't even explain it. I'm sure you know what I mean. And when you were talking about being on Lyrica, do you have like fibromyalgia or reflex neurovascular dystrophy, or another similar thing to RND is RSD or CRPS? It's all basically the same thing, and they're like fibro. So I just wondered, because Lyrica is a common treatment for those. Your sister's horse, I'm glad to hear that he's doing better. I forget what his name was, Albert. I'm sorry, brain fog, I didn't write it down. But I'm really glad that things are going better, and I hope that he's recovered fully and should be able to use him like she used to. That just has to be so scary and devastating. And yeah, about talking about being treated differently in the chair, I have to agree. Sometimes, like, it gets really annoying, the stairs. It's like, just go on with your business. Ignore the girl in the chair. She's fine. Once I had a checkout guy, be really rude to me and my friend because we were in our wheelchairs together. And he was just like having an attitude, and I was real annoyed, but I tried not to show it. I just tried to be super nice because sometimes you can get them to like be nicer. I have a question for you. I just started reading it, but that would make sense unless I asked. I'm sorry, I'm so crazy. Alright, my question for you, Caroline, is do you ever feel like you're going to pass out while you're riding, or like how do you cope with that? Because that's my biggest problem when I try and sit up on a horse again, even if it's just like for a little bit. Emily, you cracked me up in that video for 2 weeks ago. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. I love you so much. And oh my gosh, you're standing! Yay! That's so wonderful. Oh my word. Like, you should have seen my face. I was like, yeah, you're such an inspiration, and thank you so much for your kind words, and you definitely inspire me too, and thank you so much, and I love you. About the hypermobility, I was told too for a long time that it wasn't important, and it was. So if you're ever curious about that, feel free to ask me, or whatever, because I was told for a long time it didn't matter, but then Dr. Grab was like, no, you have a genetic syndrome that caused your POTS. But you talked about The Little Princess. Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorites. I think it's just like beautiful and perfectly well made, and I love it. Your question was, do your muscles get sore when you haven't been walking? I really don't get crampy. I think because if I'm really not walking, I'm in the hospital and I'm doing my physical therapy. So I've been able to avoid that. So even if I'm chair bound or bed bound, if I'm that sick, I'm probably in the hospital, and that means I'm getting my therapy every day, even if it's just for a little bit. So I'm kind of keeping moving. And Olivia, can you tan if you just sit in the sun? No, like Stacy said, I just burn. Your other question was, do you have low levels of anything? Yeah, I have low protein. I've had low iron in the past, and low protein in the past. I don't know what they are now. I'm trying to think what other blood levels were low. My potassium gets low, not crazy low, but low. I've had a lot of just kind of borderline, like maybe something, B2, B12. I forget. I think it's B12. That's all I can think of at the moment. I've had just a lot of kind of borderline low stuff. And then my iron was real low. I think wrapping your legs helps because it's like compression hose, and so it's probably blood pooling. And so when you wrap them, it just kind of helps with your achiness because you're helping the blood circulate. I don't know, just a thought. I'm sorry about school, but at the same time, I think it's awesome that you're choosing to do what's best for you, and that's always an okay thing to do. And starting out with college, that sounds like a great idea. I know other people that have done that and it's gone well. It was a hard decision for me to do things like that with school. I'm finishing high school, but I had to like drop some classes that I never did. I knew I wasn't going to pick back up, and just stuff like that. It's hard, but once I made the decision, I knew it was going to help me physically because I'd have more energies to do other things and take care of myself, so it was a good thing. And I laughed real hard when you said standing down. It cracked me up. Stacy, do you have floaters or zigzags in your eye? Like Caroline, I call them floaters. So you said black spots, but I call them floaters, like Caroline said, and I do, like real bad. And that is a ton of working, girl. Oh my word. I give you a lot of credit. I think you're doing really amazing and really setting high goals for yourself. And I know you're exhausted, and make sure you're taking good care of yourself, Missy. But I think you're really incredible and really also an inspiration. Just that you're doing that, and really admire you. And thanks for showing us your gym, and it cracked me up because I kind of felt like I was creeping. It was funny. I was like, I don't feel like I should be here. I don't know, it was funny. Rachel, you had like 4 questions because I'm doing this from 2 weeks. So, let me see where I'm at on time. Okay, when did you first get sick? Oh gosh, well, I first started having POTS symptoms when I was like in elementary school when I was little. And in 6th grade, everything kind of started getting worse, and then by 8th grade, it was just kind of like every day, all of the time, I really don't feel well kind of thing. And then, by my junior year, I was just completely wiped out. And then in the past year and a half, it'll be 2 years, August 29th, that I've been needing a wheelchair, like lots of mobility assistance. I really needed it my junior year too. I just was like all over the place, but I kind of made do. But it would have been helpful, very helpful. So yeah, it took me about 6 years to get diagnosed with POTS. From the onset of a little bit more symptoms, like kind of feeling, I'm really getting lightheaded, and I knew I had orthostatic hypotension all that time. So it's kind of half diagnosed. But nobody did anything about it. They just told me to stand up more slowly. I was tall and thin, yada yada. Just deal with it. Thanks. Oh, your favorite Disney princess? Belle. Do you get ringing in your ears? Yes. Oh my word. So annoying. You were funny. You're like, yeah, I have it right now. Kind of like me looking for my floaters. How's your self-esteem? I'd say I have alright self-esteem because I don't put my esteem in myself. I don't, it's not me, it's God, so I know that He defines who I am, not what I do that makes me anybody. It's what he did for me that makes me somebody. So what Jesus did for me on the cross. I still have my moments. It's not like I'm alright with this, and I'm okay with being in a wheelchair, and I'm okay with passing out in public, and I'm okay with having a tube in my nose, and, but for the most part, I think it's alright, and I guess I don't let it bother me. I don't let them bring me down if they're, like, being rude. It's just like, well, okay, I can't do much about it. It's not worth my upsetness. I know who my true friends are, and I know that my God loves me, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. My family. So what else did I write? That surgery on your heel sounds crazy, but I guess living with it that way sounds more intense than not having it done, so I hope that it does help you. And what's that essay everyone's talking about? I'm going to read it. I'm sure it was amazing. And I didn't get the reference for your, like, haircut line, but that was so funny. Oh my gosh. That was hilarious. That was so clever. And you are beautiful. And, by the way, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise, and you're amazing, and you're strong, and you have gone through more than most people have, and they cannot tell you who you are, and they cannot bring you down. I've been wanting to do something. There's a song called Mirror by Barlow Girl, and I think it's more for girls with eating disorders, but I always think about invisible disability when I listen to it, and doctors telling us who we are, and other people telling us who we are. Why can you do that, but you can't do this, and just stuff like that. So if you want to listen to the song Mirror by Barlow Girl, I'll try and remember to link it in the description. And I've been wanting to, like, get pictures of all of us, just, like, taking pictures in a mirror of, and then put that as a slideshow of that song. So, if you want to send me pictures of that, and I will make the slideshow. It'll probably go out to compile all the photos, but, I've been, like, stopping every, 5-8 minutes. No, the last one was only 3. And taking a break, and, like, even editing a little bit, and then starting up again. And that's so nice, because I get kind of tired sometimes making these, and my throat gets tired. It's a lot of, like, constant talking. When you have a conversation, you at least get a break with the other person talking. So, it's been working for me. My week was pretty good. It was bad then good. Well, not bad, but just kind of potsy. Oh my word, I'm so crazy. I've just been more potsy the past couple weeks, and so my sister's wedding, and then I really crashed over that. Really dropping my blood pressure is lower. And then I had a meeting with my nurse practitioner and my dietitian on Wednesday, and I had just a mild POTS attack then, and she got me lying down, and I felt better and I left. And after like 30 minutes, it wasn't a big deal, but I really needed fluids that day. I just didn't even wait till, it would have been yesterday. I saw her on Wednesday, and so I got fluids that night. Actually, we just called the visiting nurses, and they came, and I accessed my port on the first try. So excited. I just popped it in and flushed it, and I got blood returned, and I was so excited. So that was really, really thrilling that I got it, and I was finally like, oh, maybe I can actually, do this. So, yeah, and then yesterday I rested. No, yesterday I went to school. And I'm almost done, and I'll have my diploma soon, like within a month, I think. By June, for sure. In case you're wondering, I have my feeding tube tucked underneath my hoodie. And then today I went to see my friends off at prom, so. And over the weekend, I just have been lying in bed or trying to sit up a little bit, but I've just been resting. It's been a little annoying, but whatever works, right? Well, I'm going to say goodbye, and I love you girls a lot, and I hope you're doing well. And, I know some people I know Kylie, I don't know what's the latest on you, but I heard you're going to the hospital, so I hope you're okay, and sending lots of love and prayers, and keep praying for Nina, please, everyone. And I love you all again, and I will see you next week. Bye.